Hi everybody, I'm back again with another figure video. The first part of this video is going to be talking about the figure that's on screen now, and the second part of the video is something I want to get your feedback on, but more about that later on. So what am I showing you here? This is the EM-208 figure from the rebooted Robocop movie that came out about 18 months, 2 years ago now. It's not by Hot Toys. It's by a company called Threezero. I have got another 3 figures from this company in this movie franchise on order, namely the Robocop Mark 1 and Mark 2, which is the silver and the black suited one, and also the new revamped EM-209 from that movie. So I will be getting those through within the next few months, and when they all come through I'll do videos on those and then post a video of all of them together. So without further ado, I'll give you a head to toe look at this figure. I'll talk a bit about articulation and all that sort of thing, and then on to the feedback that I want from you guys at the end. So here we go. It's not bad quality considering. I think it was roughly about $140, something like that, which is around about 90 British pounds, which is about half the price of a low-end Hot Toys figure. For that sort of money, it's pretty good value. Straight out the box, when you feel it for the first time, it does feel very toyish though. It's very, very light. The materials they've used for this, it's all plastic. It's really light, thin plastic. So it can be a little bit brittle. Well, I'm assuming it can be. I'm not going to play about with it too much, so hopefully nothing will break on it. Paintwork, not bad. Good sort of battle damaged, sort of war beaten sort of look about it. It's got quite a nice presence when you put it in a detail amongst other figures. As I say, I bought this because I want to do a Robocop display, and this figure would just finish it off. Another reason I'm doing this video is that there's not many videos on this on YouTube at the moment. I've had a quick look. There's a few sort of promo sort of videos and things like that, and a couple of people have done a few videos. But if you've seen this figure and you're umming and ahhing about it, hopefully this video will sort of steer you in the right direction on whether to get it or not. Articulation wise, it's not bad. Pretty good articulation. As I say, it does feel cheap, but I like it. I mean, I bought the figure because I love the look of it, and that'll be my little rant at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. It does have a couple of features. It has a light up feature, which I'll show you in a little while. If I spin him around to the back here, you pull this panel off. It's all magnetized, and you've got the little switch underneath. But I'll show you that in a little while. It also has these flip out guns. Now if I show you on his left hand, his right hand, the gun is already in his hand. One thing I don't like is you can just about see it there, that little gold ring, and you've got the screw there. It would have been nice if they'd covered that over. So that does spoil it a little bit, but then from a distance, sort of standing like that, you're not going to see it. And if you look at this hand, the left side, I've put the gun up. Now what you do is you flip this little switch here and the gun flips out into his hand. He does have articulated fingers, pretty much similar to the Iron Man figures from Hot Toys. Not as good though. They're a little bit tight. They don't seem to bend as well as the Hot Toys ones, but it's great. Out of the box, you've got little pistons here. You can just, if I can zoom in, see that piston right there. It goes in that sheath. Now out of the box, it wasn't in there. I had to put it in. A little bit fiddly, but if you do get this figure and you have that problem, don't panic. It's not broken. It just slips straight back in. The stand I've got him on, he doesn't come with. This is the Hot Toy stand from the John Connor Final Battle figure from Terminator Salvation. It's just a spare one I had about, and I thought it would look good with this figure. Say, because he doesn't come with a stand. He does stand okay on his own, but I wouldn't advise standing figures without a stand in case you knock the display cabinet and they fall over and they can break. And as I said, seeing as this figure feels quite flimsy and quite weak, there's a possibility you could get some breaking pieces. With the neck, this is a rubber neck. It does swivel a little bit, but it really is about as far as you can turn it. It doesn't tend to, it goes up quite nicely, but it doesn't really come down too well. It just springs back, and what you've got to be careful of are these sort of little pipes on the side. You overstretch it, it could rip or snap. But paintwork, yeah, pretty good. I like it anyway. I think it's a really nice figure to have. If you really are into the Robocop movies, especially the reboot version, then I would say yes, this is a pretty good buy. There's loads of them available still. I got this one from Big Bad Toy Store, or you can get it from Threezero themselves. Just a quick look at the box. Pretty standard sort of box. You've got the chest plate on the front. On the top you've got the head, and around the sides you have the face mask around the sides. Inside it's a little bit different. It's got the magnetized flip, but as you can see it shows you a side profile of the figure on the inside, and that's where he sits. It's got a little bit of a diorama at the back there, so I suppose you there is a little bit in there which you can maybe show the figure off in, but it's got instructions in the back there. And around the back of the box is just the back plate. So that's just a quick look at the box, nothing special. Cheap materials. Just zoom in on some of the detail here before I go to the light up feature. As you can see, some nice sort of paintwork there, nice sort of battle scarring. The old pipes on the arms. Moving on down to the legs. This piston here doesn't move up and down. I suppose if Hot Toys had made this figure it probably would have done. There's a little bit of articulation on the foot, but not too much. The angle does swivel a little bit and move up and down obviously. But all in all, a pretty good figure, good attempt at making this. I think this is the only one out there on the market at the moment for this sort of figure. So it is the best of his example. So what I'll do now is I'll show you how to do the light up feature. So if we spin him round to the back, let's just zoom in a little bit more. This is on a magnet. Comes off very easy. A little lug there that you push in there so you can put it into place quite nicely. The batteries are inside there. You don't get batteries with this figure, you've got to buy them. I'm using the batteries you get with the Hot Toys figures. I think it's from the War Machine. And you've got the little switch here, so just switch it on and we turn it around, you can see the light up feature. It's quite an impressive light up feature. Looks a bit like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. It's quite bright, and I think it does enhance the figure a bit. If I zoom out, you can get a good look at the whole figure with the light on. In a darkened room, it will look good. He does have articulation in the chest as well, up here and down here. A little bit of swivel there. The arms do move quite nicely as well, but as I say, be careful because it does feel brittle. let's just put the back plate back on. Hopefully I can do this one-handed. Maybe not. No, he doesn't. Let's have a look. Oh, I'll do it in a minute. So yeah, that's the EM-208. Not a great deal you can say about it. So what I'll do now is put a pause in, put his backplate on, and then throw out a question to you guys in the 1/6 scale community. So bear with me. Okay, a little while ago on one of my videos, I had a little bit of a, well, I wouldn't say it's a slagging match, it's more of a disagreement on one of my figures. If you check back on my Crow figure, you'll see the comments there that were coming up. Basically, what this guy was saying to me, I bought the Crow figure because I like the look of it. I didn't really rate the film that much. A lot of people were saying it's a fantastic movie. It's just a film that really didn't do it for me. I don't know why, but I loved the character himself. And then when Hot Toys made the figure, it looked really nice and I bought it. I buy figures not just because I like the movie or I like the franchise. I buy figures if they look really nice, really pleasing on the eye, and they look absolutely superb, I will buy them. I mean, I'll give you an example. Captain Jack Sparrow, the DX version. Fantastic figure, and there's not many people in the Hot Toys 1/6 community that haven't got that figure. Films, they're okay, but they're not what I call brilliant movies, and I'm sure a lot of other people would say the same. But they bought the figure because they thought, wow, that figure is absolutely awesome, and it is. So I bought it. The same with, say, this EM-208 and a few other figures I've got in my collection that I didn't really rate the movie, but I love the look of the figure, so I bought them. Now what this guy was saying is that you shouldn't buy a figure from a film or that you don't like. You shouldn't buy a figure just because you like the look of it. Well, I'm sorry, but that is bollocks, basically. Collectors out there buy figures for different reasons. Yes, there are some that will buy just Iron Man because they like the Iron Man franchise, and that's solely what they buy, which is great. I don't have a problem with that. There are other people out there that buy the Predator line because they love the Predators. I mean, not all the Predators have been really well made. I've had all of them in the past, and when the newer versions come out that look much better, I've sold the older versions because the newer versions just look much better than them. And a lot of collectors do the same thing. You've got companies like Damn Toys that produce the Gangsters Kingdom figures, which at the moment I've got up there. Now, they are fantastic and unique looking figures. There's been no film about them, there's been no comic about them. Does this mean that I shouldn't buy them because there hasn't been a comic or a film that I've enjoyed with them in? Well, no. If we were all to go down that road, then Damn Toys would never be in business. And loads of other companies as well wouldn't be in business. I just think it's a bit shallow-minded that he should say that you should only buy figures from movies that you really enjoy. Yes, I make mistakes when I make videos. I say something about a figure and it is wrong. I admit that. I don't do all this research like a lot of collectors out there do. A lot of collectors buy a figure, watch the film all the way through again to get their details on it, and then do a video on it. I don't do that. I do things from memory, and you get things wrong and you forget things. Which I can't see there being a problem really, but a lot of people do get miffed about this. But, you know, am I wrong? Should I be buying figures that from movies I only like? Should I not buy, say, this because I didn't like the movie? Feel free to let me know. I mean, give me the criteria that you guys look for in a figure that enables you to buy it. I mean, a lot of people like the figures, but if the prices are really too high, they won't buy it. the trying to give some more examples really. The G.I. Joe movies, they were okay. Not brilliant. They didn't do really well in the box office, or they did a bit better on Blu-ray and DVD, but they weren't a big hit. Yet lots of collectors have bought the figures from them, mainly because a lot of people do like the G.I. Joe line, so they bought those figures. But I bought those figures because, again, they looked phenomenal, and that is why I got it. I mean, I just think it's, as I said, really shallow-minded of someone to say, you cannot buy this figure because of this reason. You cannot buy this figure because of that reason. Well, if he only wants to buy figures from films that he really loves and means something to him, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But don't go dissing people just because they're buying figures because they like the look of it. I mean, that is one of my main criteria for buying a figure. I mean, I've just ordered the Briareos figure, the new one that's coming out at the end of the year, I believe, from the Ex Machina series. Don't really watch the cartoons, but the figure looks superb, and it would look good in amongst these sort of robotic figures that I've already got. So that's why I bought it. I've got quite a few Iron Man figures. The films were okay. They're not brilliant. I mean, the first one was a good movie, but 2 and 3 weren't all that good for me. But I've bought the Iron Man figures from those movies because, again, they look good. So feel free to leave comments below. I'll probably get a few slags on this, people slagging me off on this, but, you know, that's fine. I just want to know how the majority of the 1/6 scale collection community feels about this. And not just 1/6 scale figure collectors, anybody who collects anything. Feel free to comment below. So anyway, that's enough of me sort of ranting and raving. As I say, this video is more on, do you guys, you know, if there's guys out there who are thinking about getting this figure, hopefully this video will help you. I'm repeating myself here, I don't really know what to say. My next video, I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be. I've got a few figures coming through again. It'll probably be a group of figures that I'll do. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.